Right, Destiny. Right. Exactly. People already are not this crazy thing that you think, where it's just like, oh, Trump's good, but Biden bad. That's y'all.
When you frame it around what's true, you can cut through a lot of the noise.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
And then be off and running. I'm just thinking of the conversations I've had with people about religion, about because when we do the spectrum street epistemology, we're going after the sacred cows most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree that there's verbiage you can use, and there's a way that you can set somebody's mind to start thinking about things a bit more critically. Yeah. Because people are very intelligent.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Like, your brain is a wonderful machine, and most people have, causal, deductive. They can follow the stuff. Most of what makes it difficult is to pull somebody away from all the other junk that's making things like really confusing. The example I bring up a lot on stream is for a while I started betting people on their beliefs because I was like, okay, well, if you believe this, you're telling.
This is smart. And this comes back to where you can respect Destiny even if you don't necessarily agree with him or anything else. This is a smart thing. How much would you be willing to bet on this? Because then that takes whatever you're talking about from something abstract to, okay, now this is my money.
I'd bet on it.
Or this is a clear number on a 0 to 100 chart. So I'm a fan of this.
For a while, I started betting people on their beliefs because I was like, okay, well, if you believe this, you're telling me that you feel 99 to 1. You're 99% sure this is going to happen. Okay, so then if I bet you $100, you should be willing to stake $99,000 against me. Right. Very confident. I expected.
It definitely is a rhetorical tool. Just because you have a strong opinion on something doesn't mean that you should automatically be willing to part money because of it. That's not the point. The point is it forces somebody to have stakes in what they're saying, or have a stake in what they're saying. And I think it's I think it's a good plan. Yeah, shout out to Men in Black, right? People, a person is smart. People are dumb. Yesterday, you knew that there was nothing else in the whole universe. And today, whatever, who knows? Well, you'll know tomorrow.
One of two things happened. I either expected people to tell me to fuck off, or I expected people to maybe take like really bad bets because they were way overconfident. But a third thing happened a lot that was really surprising.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
People started backing down. I'm guessing. I did watch this, but I was working, and but that's my guess, that people started backing down. Yeah, person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. There you go. Shout out to Tommy Lee Jones.
Accepted?
No, more.
Oh, wait.
But a third thing happened a lot that was really surprising.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
They accepted?
No, more surprising than that is they started to hedge incredibly appropriately.
Right, exactly. So when you're like, oh, this is definitely going down. And you can say that in kind of a, not tongue-in-cheek, but just, what's the word I'm looking for? Just figurative, in a figurative way. Like, oh, I'm so sure, 100% sure that, We're not 100% sure on anything, we know that. And so then when it comes down to, okay, well, if you had to bet on this, like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure, but if we're going to bring it down to a thing where I have specific stakes in being right about this thing, well, then that changes things. Why? Why does that change things?
I had a conversation with a guy before, and he was like, "Oh no, Trump's going to win 100%." Is blah 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 blah. And I offered. It's like, "Okay, you're so sure. Like, I put money in the election. Sure, I bet money on Biden. Yeah, I'll bet like $500. What are you going to give me odds? Because you're so sure, right? You give me 10 to 1, 5 to 1, 3 to 1, anything."
At 100%.
And rather than accept that or tell me to fuck off and reject it, he's like, "Okay, maybe one of the indictments ends up being something that he gets convicted for. He could have a health issue." As they start talking, I'm like,
so
okay, hold on. You have all the information. You have it in here.
Right, Destiny. Right. Exactly. People already are not this fucking crazy thing that you think, where it's just like, oh, Trump's good, but Biden bad. That's y'all. We know that Trump is not a grand old a good guy. We are looking at a leader of a nation that is, unfortunately, the leader of the world. You are looking for who's going to be nice. That's why there's a difference. Yes, we know that he's not the nicest guy. We know it. We've decided that despite all of that, he's still better than Biden. And you have not even let yourself think that that is a reasonable position and try to steel man that.
Yeah.
As they start talking, like,
So
okay,
the
hold
money-
on, you have
yeah.
all the information. You have it in here. It's there. And when you're forced to actually stick on a certain position, you do actually start to go through that logical thought process. But prior to that, nobody's holding you accountable for anything. That's true of even people in my position. Nobody holds content creators or alternative media people accountable for being wrong.
And that's why I do like the exercise or the mechanism and be like, okay, well, let's put some money on it.
Yes, and let's make things interesting.
There's a lot of reward for being hyperbolic, right? Nobody's going to listen to me if I'm like, I think Biden has a 52% chance of winning the election.
Yeah.
They want to hear Trump has no shot.
Like the Matt Walsh thing I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's just a lot.
Yeah, that was not a great moment for anti-trans anything. We're just like, oh yeah, there's thousands of kids getting surgeries. It's like, not quite. The truth, again, is your friend.
The truth shall set you free!
A lot of the stuff that pushes people into bad epistemic practices have nothing to do with philosophy or epistemology at all. It just has to do with like social cohesion and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny if you're 100% on something, or at least I found, well, one, you'd give odds commensurate with that. Those being 100, and that means you're
Big odds.
like that means that like there's no
Guys, come on, can I just get that like button? We got 9 people in here, and we only got 6 likes. Come on, I don't want to be beg.
chance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm 100% of like. I mean, the Earth existed before I was born, or this is a hand that'll give you 100%. Okay, so a few things that I'm thinking of. I've been accused. I've been accused of Nazi, grifter, moron. I get those
Moron.
a lot.
Really? They have to blank out moron? YouTube, I don't know what it is that you want.
I've been accused of Nazi, grifter, moron. I get those a lot. Those are the most common ones. You've been accused of a whole bunch of things. Beta. Slander, slurs, etc. I want to.
All right, guys, as soon as they start this grifter conversation, we are ending the poll. So if you have not already hit it, make sure you get your vote in. If you are watching the replay, let me know, is Destiny a grifter? And does that matter to you? Do you like him? Do you not like him? Is he a grifter? Is he not a grifter? There's 4 different combinations.
I'm going to take a look at this idea that you and I are grifters.
Okay.
And so my first question to you is, and then I'm going to ask you to interrogate me to see if I'm a grifter on something.
Okay.
So, like, what do you take the word grifter to mean?
Grifting is lying.
Let's start there.
Good place to start. So I think when I use the word grifter, I mean somebody who is putting out a message that they may or may not believe in, but they are doing it specifically for the purpose of attention, money, pushing a message, not to just merely express themselves or make things better or any other reason than money and clout.
Grifter is basically you don't have a genuine belief in the thing that you're professing to an audience, but you know that it's what the audience wants to hear, and you know there's a lot of money to be made there.
Professor of grifting.
And see, that's why I add that you may even believe in it, because I think that there is, well, I know for a fact that there is a lot of clergymen who no longer believe, but because of the social cohesion, they can't just come out and be like, oh yeah, this thing that I spent my whole life on, is wrong.
I was grifted.
Because even if you say that as the priest and you're socially, but then you're also affecting the other people that are getting benefits from the fake religion. And so there's a whole I forget what they call it. There's a group I forget what they call it, but it's recovering clergymen who are at some level in the church, but they no longer believe, and it's just like a support group. So I think they're and I'm not necessarily saying that these preachers don't believe in God or are atheistic or satanic or anything like that. I just think that they're playing up what they're saying because they know it's what they're supposed to say. So it's more about the reaction than the message.
Grifting people by selling them grifting lessons?
That's what I take it to be too. Okay, so we're on the same page as that. So that's the other technique, like define the words up front, everybody's on the same page.
A lot of people use grifter as like a person's changed beliefs, or they just make money off their political beliefs too, which I think is stupid, because I don't know, a lot of people use grifter in dumb ways.
Yeah, I mean,
You make money for working?
How dare you?
What a grifter.
It's terrible. Grifting is stupid.
I think if someone changes their beliefs, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can change beliefs for good or bad reasons, but regardless,
Okay, I'm with Destiny there. Changing your mind is not always a good thing. If you're right and you change your mind to be wrong, that's not a good thing. Generally, that doesn't happen too often. I would say it usually happens in the other direction.
Could go either way.
I mean, it definitely does. People change their minds from thinking, the easiest example is the nice, quiet girl who graduated top of her class in high school, goes to college, comes back with a shaved head and a blue mohawk and piercings, and I hate, she changed her mind.
Topple the patriarchy!
Is that a good thing? I don't know.
Let's say, for instance, let's say you have a certain set of beliefs, and then everybody here, you get into a really bad altercation, people bully the fuck out of you, and now you change your beliefs or whatever. That doesn't mean you're a grifter, just because you change your beliefs.
It could be a good thing. If nobody ever changed their beliefs, that would be, again, that idea of doxastic closure. You have a closed, sometimes it's a different way, epistemic closure. Okay.
Sure.
So,
Which, funnily enough, some people consider a virtue. It's funny when you argue against religious people, they'll go, your science has changed like so many times, and my book has been the same for 1,500 years or 2,000 years. It's like, is that supposed to be an argument?
Yeah.
I mean, in your favor?
Yeah, no, that's nope. We're updating, and you're just nope. We got it. We figured it out. We have all the answers. Nope. I don't want to hear it. Plug in my ears. I've got it.
It's like, but yeah, I understand some people. Yeah.
yeah, even in the language we use, like flip flop is a negative thing, as opposed to new evidence came in. Remember, I think it was I don't know, even like changing positions. You said you would commit this many troops in the ground when you ran. Yeah, but I didn't have. That was a time T, and the time T1, I had new evidence, Hezbollah, whatever. Okay, so let's try to figure out if you and I are grifters.
Okay.
Okay.
Grip.
The next person that says grift is gonna grift.
So
He said the thing. He said the
I've
thing.
read someone's accused you of. I don't want to talk about these really Palestinian conflict, but people have accused you of grifting about Israel.
Is that Virgil?
What do you think? So
That's
is
a
the test that we
conversation.
can conduct to see if we're grifters?
If we define grifting as having a position only for the purpose of accruing the most amount of money
That we don't believe. I think
that you
that's
don't
key.
genuinely have, you don't genuinely believe. I mean, there's several.
So they're completely disagreeing with me on that point. So I'm gonna make a poll on that. Does a grifter have to be lying? And when I need to use the right terminology, because again, I'm specifically thinking about the preacher who no longer believes in the Gospels, but still believes in a Christian God. So is that person? So let's just ask if that person is a grifter. So what I'm going to say is that preacher a grifter. The preacher I'm talking about is the one that I just told you about. He spent his whole life in clergy and he's a priest and doing all that, and then after the fact, at some point, he doesn't believe anymore.
Almost no grifting.
Tests or ways you could go about it. One way could be historical. Where have your beliefs always been? Now, it's possible that they could change for a good or bad reason.
That's the problem with
so,
that.
yeah, that's one. All of this is going to be inductive, right? We can't 100% know. A second might be, what are your justifications for the belief that you have, and then can you apply that consistently across other things? So let's say for Israel-Palestine, somebody says, yeah, you have the right to defend yourself when somebody attacks you, literally no matter what. It's like, okay, well, how do you feel about Ukraine-Russia? It's like, well, that's way different.
Guys, please, can you just hit the like button?
This is pathetic.
Like, please.
It's like, okay, well, you need to have really good reasons now why you feel
Yeah.
way differently, which you might, by the way. That's not 100% either.
For sure.
Another way could be to, another way, it's a bit shallower, but like, where's your bread buttered? Like, if you work for an organization that represents a certain political ideology, then that's always going to shade a lot of what you say.
Okay, so I'm going to throw something I've been thinking about that just happened to me. Excuse me, and then I want to bring it back to this idea of grifting. So I was in a conversation with a guy who was Catholic. He just interviewed me in wherever the hell I just was. I don't even know.
Trent?
John,
no.
He's doing this documentary on this thing I did at Incubate Debate.
Okay,
and
sure.
he's he's a pretty serious Catholic. And he was asking me about God, etc. And he said, wow, like I thought you were going to debate me about that. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to reason honestly with you about it. Like I'm just trying to really like think through, because I want to know what's true, and I don't want to be incorrect in my beliefs. And so I'm thinking about that in terms of grifting, because one problem that I know that I have is I'll see someone whose views I find just odious and utterly despicable.
An asshole.
And the most charitable thing that you could say about these people is that they're mediocre intellects. And I'm going to name names.
Oh, we naming names. People still believe that the earth is flat. There's not a day you cannot go on. I mean, well, I cannot go on TikTok without finding at least one live of somebody trying to argue that the earth is flat. I don't know where it came from. It was gone for who knows how long. And then it seems like right around 10 years ago, it just popped right back up. I don't even know what can I curse now? I don't even know what the fucking firmament is.
That you could say about these people is that they're
Naming names, let's
mediocre
go.
intellects. And I'm going to name names. Ibram X. Kendi, Robin DeAngelo. Robin DeAngelo,
Let's
these
go.
people have nothing of substance whatsoever.
These people are the worst.
And so my natural inclination is to think, oh my God, these people are just total grifters. But
So you guys know who we're talking about, right? Ibram X. Kendi is the CRT guy with the only remedy for past discrimination is present and future discrimination. The whites had it good, so now we got to discriminate against the whites.
Does that sound racist?
Or Kimberly Crenshaw, what was her thing? Well, either way, she is why you know what CRT stands for. M169 said, I hesitate to vote on that. I have no problem with anyone going through a time of questioning. Do they talk about it with their congregation? If not, grifting. But if they are open about it, then no. So no, they are not. They are playing the game, and they are not letting on to the congregation that, hey, I'm feeling this way. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be permanent. But I think the kind of people who know all that they're going to know about the ideology is going to be somebody who's steeped their life in it for 20 plus years. Shout out to Ned. Welcome to the party. Said Firmament would be an excellent mattress company name. There you go, Dilly to that. Good one. Welcome. Yeah, so Robin DeAngelo wrote the White Fragility, and then, yeah, Kimberly Crenshaw, I think she's just a professor just spewing his shit. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio, and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.